Hello everyone, welcome to another Iceberg Interactive Twitch stream, and we are continuing our series of Oriental Empires today. So we have 7 people here ready, and all guys who did previous testing, so we're continuing a previous game, so we're quite far ahead already, like 56 turns. And we're going to be playing. In the meantime, if you have any questions about the game, any issues, if you have questions regarding the stream itself, let me know in the chat. I'll try and answer all of them. In the meantime, you know, we're gonna just play ahead, continue our game, and if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe or follow our channel here, and also have a look over at the Steam page and forums where there's a lot more information on the game. So let's get our bearings. Let's first check if everyone here, and then let's zoom out and take a quick gander at the current situation. So to our east here we have the lands of the Chu, and they are Pellet Town, Equalist Mordor, Middle Earth, and Hogwarts. Then to our direct north we have the Mongols, and they're friendly to us, so are the Chu, so these are allies of ours. Then to our west we have Dr. Beekman, and Dr. Beekman has been dominating this game so far. He has a couple of very good cities with the Rhinos, the Mulberry, some good resources there, and he seems to be pretty strong and has a nice trade empire going already. Then further out we have the Chin right here, it's Saskia Town, and a couple of other factions with whom we don't have that many relations yet. I should know that of all my neighbors, actually the Mongols are played by AI at the moment, but the Chu are played by Famabel, and Dr. Beekman is playing the Shang, and we are at war with Dr. Beekman, and they brought some pretty darn tough armies my way, and I am not sure I'm happy with that. It is time to kick ass. Exactly. So we are gonna try and take out this army here, or at least do enough damage to it. I need to recruit more troops though, because the enemy is approaching. Also, we have a fair bit of money and we can use it to upgrade Wu, which would actually be a good idea, I think. Let's initiate that. Alright, and yeah, this army, I need to clear these rebels because they are quite annoying, because they're blocking my trade. We can see the line not moving as opposed to these straight lines here, for example. So we need to take care of that. Meanwhile, everything is going well in the chat, and we have some things here. I got some whispers here. We were having a couple of deals being laid out. And we are gonna rock. So we have the Mongols right here. They bring an army close to us, which is nice. We have a fairly decent defensive position here. I am tempted to retreat, actually, to get back to Mordor, and we need to send another army north. Okay, So we have our army. Our armies are pretty tough at the moment. We can send some of these guys away. As we need to keep our borders safe. We do have some issues, especially when it comes to unrest. So I better hope that Dr. Beekman is not going to take advantage of that. Alright, so next we need to make sure that we're continuing to farm plenty. See, these guys are fine for now. I don't want to overdo it though because of the unrest. So only when there's, you know, manageable unrest levels, I'm gonna order them to farm. So best mortar is in danger. Let's see. You get pretty tough armies. And let's see. I think we are done for now. We had a technology complete, so let's have a quick look at our tech tree. We're doing relatively well here. I need to get the horse tech though. Let's go for the irrigated farms for now. There is nothing much better to do. But if we're going to have a quick look at the current situation, right over here, I can compare myself to neighbors. We can see that Shang is definitely leading in victory points. Not so much cultural victory, but you know, taking it all together. Number of settlements, Shang is doing well, but so is Han, and so are we. Population-wise, we are best, and also army-wise, so it would be foolish of Dr. Beekman to attack me. Alright, I'm going to hit the end turn button. Got some coffee here as well. So guys, this is a we go simultaneous multiplayer game, so that means we all give our orders at the same time and they get executed at the same time. So you're not constantly responding to what the other is doing, you're actually trying to anticipate it. And we're going to try and go through the motions a bit quicker than we did last time. We didn't do that many turns last time. And now we're trying, you know, to get our grips again, to get a feel again for the situation. And then we're going on the attack. Let's see, we have some personal messages. And Dr. Beekman is attacking our scout right here. And there are plenty of battles going on, guys. I mean, this game is really taking off, and I really like the look of the map like this. There's so much happening, so much going on. So Dr. Beekman is moving his armies north and up, going for best mortar. Ooh, we got a slight map scroll glitch again. That's okay. We're just gonna wait for the other players. So I should mention, guys, the game still is in early access, so you know, we're going to see some issues. The whole reason we're doing this is to actually test the multiplayer. So you know, we're actively looking for issues here that we can then, of course, make sure they're fixed before the full game releases. This is somewhat annoying, but there we go. That fixed itself. And here, unfortunately, the rebels did manage to escape. I'm gonna send you guys back. I'm gonna send you guys over here, and I'm gonna send these guys further north. And unfortunately, our main stack is suffered from sickness, which lowers the readiness and the strength of the units. So that's gonna hurt us. When do the battles happen? So the battles happen in between turns. I tried to avoid most of them. There was a very minor skirmish here between my scouts and Dr. Beekman's forces, which we lost, I reckon. Let's have a see. A crushing defeat, yes. I didn't zoom into it. I can do it next time. We got a bit of a bigger battle going on. You'll be able to see it then, Grendo. Thank you for your question. Let's see how are our other towns doing. I mean, I really need to pay attention to the unrest levels. So hopefully the palace will help a little bit with that. Here we're pretty high as well, even as high as 52. As dangerous. An Equilar mortar wants to upgrade as well. We need to wait for that a little bit longer. Here we can continue farming though. This is a nice spot. And then there's of course Best Mortar, which really wants to grow. So we're gonna make it grow. Actually, we are gonna build a wall here. There we go. It's a frontier town. We need it defended. Okay, having done that, I think we have dealt with most of the things. Our roads network is continuing to develop in a somewhat arbitrary way, perhaps, but we got the first things going, and we need to hook up Best Mortar at some point in the far future. Probably cutting away through the forest here. That, if we can clear this, actually, why do I not start this already? That would really help a lot. We got some messages. Alright, I think we're done for now. Technology warning. Yeah, so we need the other craft. Ships are not really useful as of yet. Bronze, I don't think we have bronze, so... Oh, we do. We did have the foundry. I suppose we could do it. Or we could go for the high tin bronze, I think would be better. Increases the chance of a melee attack hit by 10%, so it basically makes us stronger. Let's see, yeah, this seems to be going well. I'm going to clear these guys out first. I want my border secure. And Thomas is saying, during a siege against the rebel city of my trading partner, Bat troops have run the walls, not overwhelming the defenders. Bat troops didn't anything during combat. Instantly after my siege, they attacked themselves and took their old capital. So are you saying they stole the they stole your victory? Is that what you're saying, Thomas? Yes, yeah, that is an unfortunate issue. I've encountered it myself on a number of occasions, and it is rather frustrating. In my case, it even led me to declare war on my vassals just to get what all my guys have been dying for. Yeah, it is something we need to look into, that, you know, a junior partner or someone who didn't contribute nearly as much doesn't get all these extras. Oh, we're actually fighting here. So we're fighting the rebels. It's just a small skirmish, or did we defeat them already? Here we are fighting them. And they are running off. There they go. Hopefully to die. and hopefully they will disband after this crushing defeat. Hey Dobrok, how are you doing? Glad you could join us. What do we have here? Let's have a look. We got our palace complete. We got thought process complete. So we got a little bit more authority, which is really nice because we were quite short on that. And this one will easily beef it up by 2. And we need that authority to keep our nobles in check. We have quite a number of cities, and our authority rating is low as a result. So we need to keep that in check. Actually, I'm going to move you guys out just to persuade Shang not to come any closer. Oh, nope. And let's see, we got a road further complete. So we got our road network coming up here. We started chopping right here. Hopefully we can do more of that. Because if we could get a road like this, that would be really speed up troop movement. Ah, thank you, Grando. Such a nice thing to say. Alright, so these bandits have disappeared, so I'm going to move these guys north. Or at least, well, northwest. Try and get that sorted. We got these guys just, you know, standing on duty here. They're not going to do anything. And we're having some issues with Dr. Beekman, so we need to keep him in check. He wants to move his armies through my land, which I agreed to. Even though we are at war. Oh, actually, I shouldn't do that. And I should upgrade Equaler Mortar in a bit. And best mortar is improving. Equal mortar is doing well. And here Yanling is improving. Alright, things are going well. I think we're going to hit end turn. People are waiting for me and Shang anyway. Yeah, the music is pretty nice. It's quite atmospheric. There are a lot of tactics and strategies to this game. This is like one of the first time we really do a multiplayer game this big, this far in. So it's very experimental. We don't really know what will happen or how people will react or how they will use or abuse the game mechanics. So it's very interesting to see. It really is a first in many ways. So it will be very interesting to see how it works, especially because multiplayer gives such a huge importance to diplomacy compared to the AI, because your formal status with a country does not necessarily reflect how you actually feel about them or what type of deal you have. So you could have an alliance with someone, keeping up appearances to the rest of the world, but in the meantime, you know, working against each other every chance you get. Or the other way around, you can have a war with someone for keeping up appearances, for example, but in the meantime trying to assist each other as much as you can by attacking each other's enemies. So we're waiting for other players again. We're going to see a fair bit of this. We got 6 other players going on. Let's check in with Femibel. Chu is my ally, so it's good to keep chatting every now and then. She's also my fellow Dutchman, so. Though we did have a fight early on. Equaler Mortar was actually originally one of her cities, called Middle-earth, and we then took it. After which another mortar was built up here, and we had a bit of a rivalry going on, but we decided to, you know, put our differences aside. We supplied each other, or I supplied her some money as compensation for the town I took, and that allowed me to really focus on my other borders. Alright, so our troops are gonna regain their strength. Actually, let's keep them secret for now. Gonna keep these armies hidden. And we got a diplomacy offer from the White Die. Information about enemies, Fraternal Harmony Pact, and they will reveal their capital location. I'm fine with that. I think they're AI, and they're pleased that we find it agreeable. So let's see where they're over here. Who was playing Min? I think that was a human originally, but then became played by person. So we got the Xiongyu all the way over here, far away, and they have many cities. That's incredible. If we can have a look at how many cities they have now. Oh, they're not yet on my list of known players. Perhaps that will update next turn. But wow, they look tough, and they're migrating down south. And let's see. So we got Saskia Town here with Kiwi and Jinzhao. They're in a pretty tough spot, but they do have some nice gold on both ends. I'm not sure if they can exploit it, or Ba is taking to exploit this particular one. That will be interesting to see. More of our road network is being finished, so that will speed stuff up. We got some more messages. And Dr. Beekman is saying he has to move through my land. He's free to do so, but no looting going on. I don't want any funny stuff. And we made a deal. So I'm going to move my army away. Trying to avoid combat. And we got 2 cities approach the 40 mark again, so we really need to save up to build those upgrades. And how is our trade here? Did we already build all the buildings? I cannot seem to recall. It looks like we did, at least for now. So that's good. Oh, we got another message coming in. Yes. I'm just gonna hit enter, I think. Stacks without orders. We got someone over here. You can go back. We got a guy near Best Mortar. I want him to stay. On defensive though, perhaps. And we got you guys sleeping, that's fine. We're gonna hit end turn. Thomas is saying, you know, it's necessary to have. Is it necessary to have several resources like copper? I have several towns with industry to that, but I've read one city producing a resource is much more trading income. Yes, it is generally speaking more trading income, because the way the trade system works is that trade is more effective when it is happening in between. It's Chu are losing here. When it's happening, you know, from one place that has a resource to another place that hasn't. So if both places produce bronze, they won't trade with each other that much. That is basically how it works. So what you want to do is you want to try and have specific trade cities and try and get, you know, manage those as well as you possibly can, and give them exclusivity to resources. Alright, so Dr. Beekman is moving up indeed. He said there would be no looting. If there is, we will respond, of course. And there are some funny guys in the south as well, which I don't really appreciate. Even blocking my colonist. Let's see. Get more farms complete. We got knowledge complete, so we can finally now get the horses up and running. Pun intended. Let's see. I think that should be it. What do you guys think? Is there anything I'm missing here? Do you guys watching have any ideas on what type of strategy I could employ or I could use here? How many turns before a wall is up, actually? 2 more, so that won't be in time. So if he means ill, he could try and take the settlement. That will be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, we need to upgrade it, so we need to keep saving money a little bit longer. I think that's nice. Let's see if the Chu wants to help me in my war. Asking them to support me. In the fight. And we got a stack without orders again, that's fine. We're gonna hit end turn anyway. People are waiting, I think. So yes, we are having a delicate balance here. You know, we are having an alliance with the Chu, but there are some old grievances that have perhaps not fully healed, considering how many towns there are still out and about called Mordor. There is the other potential future threat that if the Chu manages to hold off Han, Chu wants to expand, and that has to go either my way or my allies, the Mongol way. So that could be, a reason for a future conflict. The other thing is that Dr. Beekman is dominating the game at the moment. People are don't really, he could be winning pretty soon. So we'll have to see how that goes. Alright, another turn done. We got a fair bit of extra money. We have a very good income. There is news of war, the Qin and the Zhao are at war. And there's news of peace, the Zhao and the Mongols. Alright. Alright, so some trash talking going here. Alright, so we have a Shang army right here trying to move around. We got my troops over here. I would like to settle down south, so I'm still gonna try and do it. No, I'm gonna keep them safe. They're pretty expensive. Sorry for my blabbering there. It's pretty warm here anyway, so almost Chinese temperatures. Let's have a look. How are you doing? You're okay. We're gonna upgrade you. We are upgrading you, and that will make us even more equal or Mordor. There we go. Cost a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. Can recruit some extra units here and there. Not sure there's any reason to at this point. Would like to clear these guys out though, so my settler can go through. Let's do that. Stacks without orders, that's fine. We're just gonna hit enter and try and keep it relatively quick, the turns. We are making a fair bit of money by trade now, and trade is something, Thomas was already asking about it, a specific question. Trade is really important to your game, but you have to manage it well. Ill-conceived trade will just cost you money, because the way the economy works here is that buildings cost a lot of upkeep. So trade buildings where they are not efficient cost you money in the long run. So don't build markets everywhere, for example. Don't build markets if your city doesn't have anything to sell there. If you can't defeat an enemy, you need to embrace them. Exactly. Well, you want to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer is another famous one. Which is also what we're trying to do. Always be negotiating, talking, and try and see what's going on. And we got a battle going on here, which is actually initiated by my Mongol allies. But my guys are happy to join in the fight. So we are fighting Dr. Beekman here with our Mongol allies. And we're going to need to apologize for that. Though my troops are ordered to be relatively defensive, as you can see here. So they are not going to attack. And hopefully Dr. Beekman noticed that and appreciates that I'm trying not to fight here. My archers, on the other hand, are going to fight. And they are going to deal some damage. We're going to speed it up a little bit here. Our troops are going to move back. So we are going to fight in the end. and both of our troops, our armies, have suffered some losses. So let's see how that battle went then. We got the battle report over here. So we had 650 troops, they had 420, and we suffered, let's see, how many, we suffered some casualties. And especially us, we suffered 125 casualties, and that's going to be mostly the archers, I think. Yeah, we get the archers here. And our allies suffered some casualties as well. We inflicted some. So 97. It was an indecisive battle in the end. Both troops at their starting positions. Settlement upgrade over here. So that's nice. So we can expand onto here. And then here. And we have an offer. And Chu is offering to pay us for it. So thank you very much, Famabel and Chu, for helping us fight Dr. Beekman. And let's have a look. What else is going on? And is unrest dropping? It is dropping slowly. That's nice. Dissatisfaction. A little bit still from labor service, but that's okay. I got plenty of other reasons to be upset, unfortunately, but keep growing, guys. You're doing well. Oh. What's being set here? Let's see. I'm just sitting there thinking about how there is no penalty for losing an edict general. Let's just hit enter. And I think people are watching in. Alright, let's hit enter, and it's because people are waiting again. Alright, so plenty of chat going on. So, a battle only happen if one member regiment has an attack order, hasn't it? Yes, that's correct. If two guys are standing close to each other, but everyone is on defensive orders, they won't engage in combat, which makes a lot of sense, right? In combat, unless it's like by accident that you accidentally run into each other. Generally speaking, there's always one side. We got more battles coming up here. There's always one side that wants to attack and one side that doesn't, and that side gets attacked. So that's the same holds true here. So we're gonna fight. We're gonna skirmish. They have mainly heavy infantry, so we are gonna lose, but we do a bit of damage anyway, and we are really lowering the strength of their force. And I'm sorry for that, Dr. Beekman. Oh, we got a disease outbreak. Oh lord, that ain't good. And we got more sickness on our forces. That's not good either, so we need to bring you guys in. Let's see what the battle report says this time. So it was a narrow victory. We just pushed them off the field, but we did... well, we lost actually the same amount of men. That's interesting. So we got the same amount of casualties here. That's interesting. So that takes away the strength of his force. But he hasn't responded to my settler request, which was a fair request. So... if now that he hasn't responded, we're just gonna have to go through with it and push on. Alright, news of war. The Qin and the Zhao are again at war. Won't they ever stop? Money is going well. Let's see how unrest is. It's worse in some places than others. Like always. We're not quite yet ready to make some money. You may settle. Alright. So the funny thing was, he asked like, okay, if you want to settle there, what do I get in return? And I basically said, well, you won't be crushed. So it's nice that that will work. Okay, so I'm gonna give these guys holding orders, so they're not going to engage, but if the settlers get engaged, they will come and join the fight. And that's all for now, I guess. Let's see. Get the sickness, nothing good. So battle are automatic, or is it like Total War style battles if you want? No, they are automated, but you could relocate the nobles. Yeah, we need to do that. But so you can influence them, because for each, let me just select a stack right here. For each regiment, I can set a specific battle order. So do you want them to charge out, attack, ambush, etc. So you can influence it with the unit type, composition, the unit facing, and the specific orders. But you don't fight them out in real time. This is all automated, so you can have many battles going on at the same time. Which is quite interesting, and it also keeps the game quick, from relatively speaking, of course, for multiplayer, so you don't have to wait for everyone to finish their battles. This is all done for you. You can sit down and watch, or you can, just increase the speed, automate it, whichever you like. But it doesn't have the direct control that Total War offers. It's not that type of game. Right, so we are waiting for Han and Chu, who are really in a very bitter war. It would have been interesting to see some of their perspective at some point. We got the Xiongyu, who are, you know, very far away from us, but they're really starting to expand quickly at the cost of Dr. Beekman's alliance. And we have Ba, played by Kennen, and they're quite interested in, as well. We haven't really dealt with them up until now. We don't have any common interests. So let's open negotiations with them. Let's see what they have to say. Yeah, no worries, Dobrak. I mean, if you have any further questions, I'd love to try and help out. I did a couple of earlier streams you can find on YouTube, really explaining like the nitty gritty, how to start, how to set up, etc., which is quite interesting. So you can have a look there, and of course on the Steam forums, we're more than happy to more in depth answer all your questions. Alright, so we made some friends here with Ba. And we are scouting his lands. Just ever so slightly. And look at these storms here. I mean, this area is a mess. Oh my god. So, armies walking there might lose, won't be happy. And Dr. Beekman has halted. And he has removed his troops right here, so we're going to make use of that. We're going to pass through. These guys are replenishing. So are these. I do need some extra archers though. Let's recruit another army. There we go, and we're going to send them right over here. Let's see who's addressing us. Let's see. Let's have a quick look at the diplomacy, who is actually with whom. So, Qin is actually supporting Shang as emperor, and so he could be winning soon. So let's have a talk with the Mongols. Alright, agreements. We're gonna pay you a lot. No, we need more. Darn it. All right. Let's hit and turn again. Stacks without orders is fine. Oop. Sorry about that. Rule 101 of live streaming. Turn off your phone. Let's see. Alright, so it seems that it's become time to attack the Mongols, so we're going to move our armies there. We're going to betray our oldest ally, and perhaps even get them into, rush them into submission. Feel confident enough to hold off Dr. Beekman for now. Alright guys, let's hit the end turn button. Yes, they're all embracing Shang indeed, so I need to work on that. So perhaps attacking the Mongols will be the first thing. If they see we're a threat, they might subdue to us. I mean, I do feel we're in a relatively good position. Our borders are secure, we don't have that much unrest anymore. And financially we're relatively healthy. We have a good standing army to defend ourselves if needed. We have scouts in different locations to defend our approaches. So I feel relatively confident, but there's always more, of course, to be seen or to get. I mean, our towns are growing. We upgraded 4, I think, now. So we got Maili, Gusu, and Equal or Mordor, so they're all upgraded a little bit so they can grow further and provide more food. Alright, let's see if we can speed this up. Yeah, the Mongols have outlived their usefulness, so we're going to address that. And what we're going to try and do is rush their main cities. And so already Chus is saying that the Mongols are seeing them as the emperor now, which is good. Because it's not Shang. So these armies are going to move north. No, we keep this one over here. And this one's going to move there. We're going to keep one army here. We got the wooden palisade complete, so I feel pretty secure. And let's see, the Mongols are embracing Chu now. So if we look at the diplomacy, that means that they are weakening ever so slightly. So we now need to convince Qin to do the same. Actually, not yet. Let's use our money to upgrade our economy first. Let's have a look. Well, whom are the Mongols played? So they're AI, which is why I allied them in the beginning to prevent others from taking advantage of them. But now I feel they outlive their usefulness anyway. And if Chu and Ba are attacking, I don't want to risk a war with both of them for defending an AI faction that is doomed from the beginning. So I might as well try and rush it and take my cut before they take theirs. So that's the current plan. Doesn't mean I cannot recruit some additional units. Actually, let's try and scout and see if we can find them. Alright, we got the power progress, so we can create irrigated farms, but we also have now access to the coinage tag, and that is a valuable one because that will significantly help our trade. So that will boost our economy significantly, and we got the money to upgrade another town of ours. So Hilu we're gonna upgrade. And it costs 2,000, so it's a significant investment, but you get so much back for it. You know, in the long run, you're gonna make so much money of these upgrades. Stack without order still, that's okay. Alright, so my target for the upcoming Mongol war is going to be Ulaanbaatar and Karakorum, so two main cities there. If I can get any of the others, that will be just a nice addition, but I'm going to try and rush these two. What do you guys say I should think I should do once we get the Mongols sorted out? Who is going to be my enemy? Who should I be focusing on, and where should I expand? Or should I just lay low and let the others fight while I just gain my, you know, increase my economy and stuff like that? Some interesting questions to ponder. Alright, we're waiting for Shang. Still making the moves. Dr. Beekman. So we probably should do something about that. Moon Sugar is yawning. Actually, guys, Moon Sugar can be followed on her own stream. So have a look there at twitch.tv/Saskia Juliet, I think it's called. Should be up in the chat here. And so have a look there. That will be interesting. And you can see a different perspective of the war. Also, if you like what you're seeing right here, be sure to follow us and you'll get notified whenever we do further streams. If you have further questions or comments, head over to the Steam forums, click the banner below this stream, and or just drop it here in the chat and I'll see if I can answer them. So we are still in early access, there's going to be some issues, but we are getting pretty close to full release, I should say. So don't expect any groundbreaking changes at this point. Alright, so we got a settlement upgrade here. This is good. So we lowered significantly the unrest. Not at Gusu though, unfortunately. And here we got a huge upgrade, which is really nice. So that will allow us more farms. These are still doing well, so we're going to continue to upgrade that. Equaler mortar has grown a lot, so that's nice. And to continue farming and get some farms, guys. Feed people. People pay taxes, so when I say I'm farming, I'm really looking to farm for some gold. So let's see if we can expand our influence a little bit. So we are still at war with the Shang, and I don't mind that. What I am gonna do is got the white die here. See if I can annoy him a little bit. I don't have a lot of money, so probably won't do it. No, that's okay. We'll try again next time. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. With the settlement upgrade and the further land clearance, won't you look at that? That is nice. Let's see, population-wise, we're still strongest, but Han is also pretty good. They're growing quickly. Army-wise, I don't think there's a challenge yet at this point. So it's time to put it to use. Let's see, waiting for CTSS. So the Han, he's growing quickly. He's been in a very long war, I think, with Chu, but not successful as far as I can tell. I'm not sure who gained or lost a lot during that conflict. Well, I know it's kept Chu occupied enough to wanting a peace treaty with me. And I think we've been fairly good allies ever since. Not interfering with each other's strategies. Right, so we got a couple of battles going on, but we can ignore most of them. And so this is why I wanted route mortar, right? It's really securing my entry point into my country. So Chu and I share a very tiny border, even though we're close to each other, and that helps to the long, the strength of our alliance. We have plenty of mutual interest and not real. Well, we don't need each other's land. Alright, so let's declare war on our enemies. There appears to be a minor glitch here. What's that? Ah, we were still waiting for turn resolution. That might be it. That wasn't a glitch then. We got 2 technologies finished. Let's deal with those. We might as well do these now. And for thought, we need this one to increase our culture. We got higher authority now, so we're going to declare them war. And I should give the right orders. We're going to assault them. There we go. So I'm moving my settlers south without an escort, and we agreed to keep the war for now, but not to fight each other that much. Basically, his armies came here, they were defeated, and they left again. I'm not yet in a position to attack him. I need to be stronger first, but we're gonna make that. We're gonna make it. Let's hit end turn. Hun mustered his army. So, Der Herder wanted to drop by and thank everyone at Iceberg for being awesome and showing some love to Canarium. Keep up the good work, everyone. Thank you, the Herder. Conarium is one of our other games. It is a psychological thriller adventure game, Lovecraftian. Give it a look if you're into that type of game. It's really interesting. I've done a couple of streams on it, and it really holds your breath. Thanks for your support, the Herder. Much appreciated. Yes, Thomas, I'm very infamous. I'm cheating the AI here, declaring war in front of the city gates, which are unprotected. That's how I roll against the AI. So yeah, we are slightly infamous here. We just betrayed our longest ally, but we cannot keep this alliance. Plus, we offered them to be our vassals. They rejected on at least 4 occasions. So, you know, at some point you have to decide for something else. So getting these towns will mean a lot to me. I wouldn't consider betraying humans like that. Alright, so the siege starts. So our archers are going to fire on the... I'm going to speed it up here, on the walls and try and create a breach. And then we're going to march in. So that was our first battle against the Mongols. And Chu has actually already taken one of the cities of the Mongols, which is nice. Darkhan. They worked hard for it, so... Let's speed it up again. Because nothing else seems to be happening. And we have some offers. Let's have a quick look at our diplomatic situation. The White Die wants us to offer information about our enemies. We're not going to do that. The Minyua wants a Fraternal Harmony Pact. And they offer information about enemies. Sure, I'd like information about enemies. And the Mongols want peace. No, I'm not going to do that, actually. Not yet. I want their other city first. So we captured Ulaanbaatar, our first town. Can occupy it. And this one is actually, you know, on the plain, so we might as well destroy it. I don't think there's that much use for us to it. We take the fertile land. It's a bit of an unfortunate positioning. I would have much preferred it here, but okay. That's fine, can't be too picky I suppose. How's this going? Okay, you still need to recuperate a bit. We got turmoil here. Here Helu is doing very well, they're still farming. Equaler Mortar is not farming at the moment. We should perhaps do so. So let's continue. We got Yanling, which should be continuing to grow as well. Almost ready to upgrade, so we really need that money start to flow. But our economy has taken a bit of a hit. So our income is not as high as it once was. So how long has Oriental Empires been in development? So a good couple of years actually. We've been in early access for close to a year now, but of course it's been in development for long before that. We met with significant or some delays, also as a result of us becoming more ambitious about what the project had to be, and as we played more we wanted to add more and more into it, and also because we wanted to deliver a really solid product upon release, which is also why we do these testings now. And we have taken, so we could try and get Erdenet. It should give us a nice position over here to defend ourselves. We got a scout going about. Could send the actually we could send this army further north again and have these guys march in here instead. Send these guys north to deal with the tribesmen, and you guys are just gonna stay put here. And here we're gonna start a new settlement, a new city that will be ours. Alright, that looks pretty good. Lots of farms completed, which is also really nice. And that's it for this turn, I guess. Things aren't going pretty well. We should do a bit more of chopping here to get some more space. And we need to finish the road north eventually, but we might as well do it like this now, from Helu. There we go. Diplomacy warning. We got the offer to make peace, yes. Sorry. Why are you guys? There you are. You're attacking now. So do we keep this city or do we destroy it? I don't know. We got the authority for it with 12, so it doesn't hurt, I suppose. It's a nice show of force. It has a fair bit of population. If there is some suitable farming land, we can keep it out, I think. That's occupied for now. We're not going to construct anything yet here. This city's still in turmoil. We need to send out a force though. While this force is continuing north. So this has been a nice show of force, almost like a blitzkrieg type of thing. Our lands are pillaged. We got a disease, unfortunately, but overall, considering that, you know, just some issues being reported here. So we're going to take note of that. After all, that's what we're doing here for. So I decided to keep it for now, the city. And yeah, we increased our population a fair bit this turn. Let's have a look at the stats quickly. So population-wise, we're approaching 400. Whereas, as far as we can tell, number 2 is Hun with less than 300. And number of settlements, we are leading the race now. Victory points, we are approaching at least the Shang. But Mingyu is going for a cultural victory, it seems. That's nice. Let's have a look. So we got the city. I think we're in a fairly good position. I don't think there's a hell of a lot to do for us. This is not that big a city. I'd hoped it would have been bigger, but okay. Gusu is not very in good position. Ulaanbaatar is not yet ready, and the others are farming, trying to get some money. Are there any edicts I need to issue? I need to save up for the Warring States era. And how far along is my coinage technology? 6 turns. Okay. Right, so we got a nice bit of power projection now, bringing these guys into our empire of the Mongols. So basically the area I wanted as a buffer initially is now mine. I could push up further north and perhaps trade that city with Ba. I'm not quite sure. Let's check in with Kin, how they're doing, or Chin I should say. So, sorry for the silence there. Talking with Xiongyu, who are really rapidly approaching. You know, there are so many cities. They got 12 cities at the moment. Retaking 13. So the thing about the Mongols is, or the Mongol or the tribe type of things, is that they are It goes for the Xiongnu and for the Mongols, is that they start in not very fertile plains, so they need to migrate, so they need to use their early advantage to move south quickly. But we need to keep growing our economy. I think at this point we're pretty darn strong, so don't need to expand too much more. And we need to upgrade our tax. In the long run, we're going to outperform the Chu. Just because we have, you know, the bigger land, the more economy, but the Chu are very safe because of us. They are at war with the Han, who are still pretty far away, I think. I'm not sure if they're located somewhere here. Another battle with the Mongols. Ah, yes, this is to fight for to defend basically against those raiders. It's okay, we're gonna take them out. And we're gonna try and take Erdenet. There we go. So diplomacy, let's have a look. Or let's have a look at the stats. We military wise, how are we doing? We're doing pretty well. We get the money to enter the Warring States era, so let's do that. There we go. That will give us a bit of an advantage, and we're going to take this down over here. Now we shouldn't expand too rapidly because we might get some fallout for that. But if we stay allied with Chu, well, we have a united front against the rest. We're gonna promise you something nice to keep our allies, to keep them as our allies. Once we clear the Mongols or the Mongol threat. We're gonna ask Ba which city they were looking after. We're looking for. Let's see who's talking. Great, great. We need a new knowledge tag, so we can go further for the cavalry, or we can go for the healing. But we also, since we got Warring States, we should probably move up this tree anyway, so let's get the horses then first. I guess some cavalry will be interesting to have. And we need to continue to farm. So that's good. Let's do that. Turmoil. This is... this city's doing much better now. Now we're gonna expand again. Can we build yet? No, not yet. Of course, we have little money to do so. Should have thought of that. Our income is reasonable. I mean, it's healthy, but it's not. It doesn't allow us to grow as quickly as I'd like. So that's one of the other advantages of diplomacy here. So I didn't know, thanks to my alliance with Chu, I knew that Chu and Bao were looking to take the Mongols. Now I could have protected my ally and risk a war with the Chu and with the Ba, while I also was at war with the Shang. So that would mean a war on every front, basically. So I took the low road in this case, and I betrayed my ally. And as a result, I'm getting most of their cities, at least the biggest two, and a bonus one. So Nalaik I'm keeping for Ba. They wanted that one. Darkhan has been taken by Chu already. And meanwhile, we are taking the final one, and now we're going to make peace with the Mongols. We got an offer. Attack Han within 5 turns. I'm going to reject it, but thanks for that. City captured. We're going to occupy it. Another city gained, and a nice bit of vision over here, guys. Look at that. So we can see Ba here with their trade. We don't know a lot about Han yet, but we do see a lot of roads. So that's interesting. But we need to prepare an army to go there. To join up, basically, with you guys. We'll enter the city. Actually, you will go in as well. These guys will take Han. What time are we at? We've been playing... Oh, we've been playing for 1.5 hours already. I'm going slightly better than last time. Only 6 people in this town. That is really pathetic. It's a fairly new town, I suppose. But let's make peace with the guys. And let's ask for some money in return. Might be a bit too much. Alright. We got a bit of money, we made peace with them. And we use that money to convince Xiao to recognize us instead of Shang, just to make sure that Shang is not getting too strong and too much support, and to show Shang that, you know, we're going to be friends, but perhaps not that great as friends. So we got marshes here, but in turn we will turn them into great farms. And we got a new town here. Alright. I should send back these guys. I should recruit some more archers, actually, to my armies north. I mean, the other guys I can recruit in other places, but the archers I cannot. And I think that's going to be it. Helu might need some more farms, although they're working their asses off quite a bit already, getting the roads done, so let's not overdo it. Dr. Beekman is feeling scared. While others are focused on me. He says, well, keep in mind that while everyone is focuses on me and thinks I'm a threat, others get stronger than me. It's true, but not as close to victory. Let's see, we got another war going about. I think Ba is attacking Nalaik here. They're doing plenty of damage. That's interesting. They haven't taken it yet, but the force is like half almost. Very interesting. Alright, let's continue to scout. We got craft progress. That's nice. It wasn't really needed, but now we can go up here and we can increase the value of our pottery, and that will again increase our money, our cash flow. So it is very, very useful. Yeah, we got the black marshes here. Let's have a look. The Mongols are at war. There we go. We got plenty of farms complete, so that's really nice. So our cash flow is going better again. 253. We are quite strong. This is not doing that great yet. Actually, can we do some other improvements? What if we chop some wood? Would that free up some land, perhaps? Oh, they have an interesting building here. That is nice. And we got the bronze, or the copper, sorry. So it is an interesting town. I should have investigated earlier, actually, like how the towns are doing and what buildings are already there, because sometimes that will cost you a bit of money. Like this, we don't need an armorer here. We're going to destroy it. There we go. That is why our economy wasn't as good as I thought it should have been. What do we have here then? Constructed. Yeah, we're gonna destroy that. That's another 60 right in our pocket every turn. Guys, if you see me making these huge errors, please let me know. Equaler mortar is doing nicely, but we're gonna keep it a little bit for like this for now. Best mortar is doing well. We're going to continue growing it. Ideally a road at some point, but you know, there's a time and place for everything. Let's start off this road first. Alright. That's it for now. And will they take it? Not yet, but they are very, very close. Their army is very, very weak. So probably next turn. Have you moved at all over the last couple of turns or not? Actually, I want you to go up. See what's there. To the desert. So we got Chu, they're seeing our army. That's okay. I prefer to go them like this. Why can't they cross here? That's weird. Got the air succeeding us, that's okay. Disease outbreak. That's no matter. Just head on north. Checking with Hun or checking with Chu where Hun is at. No technology is completed as of yet, but still that's the capital is quite far away, but some other cities are closer. I think somewhere over here. So if we can take them and give them to Shu to protect and defend, that would be nice. See how people are doing. Guys, just another shout out if you like the stream, if you want to see other streams, if you have ideas on how we can better stream or whichever, drop us a line, drop us a note, drop me an email, follow the channel, which is really good because it shows our, it shows your support. You'll be notified when we get online. We won't spam or whatever. Don't worry about that. Alright, let's have a look. What do we have here? We are not in combat. That's brilliant. I always like seeing people fighting when it's not me. We're scouting ahead. So it's quite interesting. It seems like in order to move south quickly, Han has actually built a road, or perhaps they had a city there once and removed it. That is interesting. Alright, lots of farms being completed, but plenty of sickness as well. Let's see, which armies? This army, no. This army, not. This army has been hurt by sickness. Oh, Lord, already. Well, we'll have to continue anyway. That's all we can do. Player eliminated. The Mongols have been destroyed. And their armies have turned to rebels, so we need to take them out. Right, let's continue farming. China's power has always been its amazing capacity to feed millions and millions of people. Let's try if we can replicate that and become the most populous country. I think we are pretty close to being the most populous, but you know, not necessarily enough. So if you guys can't farm, you might as well build roads. We get some message. Yeah, let's go on. We're going a little bit longer, so if you're staying with us. Thomas, your messages have been deleted. Something happened there? Oh, we should have a look into that. That's unfortunate. So let's see. Yeah, Mongols went already. Dingling will die soon, but there is some hostility here between CTSS and Famabel Chu. I think they've been fighting in previous games as well. So there is some rivalry there, which is quite interesting. And so far the balance of power has been well maintained. I don't think they managed to take any of each other's cities. Though I do think Han has been more on the offensive. so that has limited Chu's expansion a little bit. Chu managed to take Darkhan, which gives it a little bit extra. And the other interesting one here is Qin or Qin actually, because they've been in a very rough spot very quickly, being quite weak. Ooh, is this a? But they managed to take a significant amount of towns. So they got Nana Town, Weird Town, Faith Town, and Saskia Town, and they're expanding rapidly with a growing economy. So they are somewhat interesting, but tough to defend, I must admit. But still, a nice little buffer there. And we get some offers here from Zhao to attack Han. We're not gonna agree to anything. If we're gonna do things, we're gonna do them on our own, on our own terms. We're just gonna continue on, hoping that we won't get more sickness. And we can see an army here of Han, hostile. That's interesting. We don't have any issue with that, I think. No, nothing fertile here, so let's continue to chop them wood. There's some chats being coming in. Alright, let's continue to farm. Artnet needs to improve, but there's no more space for farms, so that's gonna take a while. We might need to abandon these at some point, but for now they're nice forward positions, I suppose. And population-wise, I think we're doing well. Han is growing quickly. Their population-wise are a second power, and military as well. So we need to see if we can help with that. Alright, let's hit the end turn button. We got technology warning. Military tech. Better farms. Yeah. Terrace. So we can farm the hills. That might be good for some cities. And the trash talking here continues. And Saskia Juliet unbanned Thomas. Sorry, Thomas. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm glad you're back. Thank you, Saskia, for taking care of that. Okay. Well, glad it got sorted anyway. Another bug report here. And we're waiting for Chu at the moment. He's having a bit of a bug. Yeah, Chu got encountered a small bug. It's gonna make a short report, just a screenshot of it. Alright, we got the entering. We are scouting ahead. And our cash flow is really nice, so plus 500, so we can upgrade to another city. In this case, Ulaanbaatar, I guess. We can continue to upgrade our economy. Alright, let's continue to farm. I could put it on auto farm actually at some point. I probably should, just for you guys. More messages coming in, so I should take note of those. Ooh, Equal Armada is not very happy. We'll leave that as it is. I'm gonna recruit a couple of nobles there to keep the peace. Youngling, we're gonna keep expanding. And Best Mortar is growing well. And there is a Hun army over here, very interesting. We'll see what they do. See if we can bait them. We're gonna ask Han what's going on. And that's pretty much it. We could recruit some more troops. Oh, we wanted to upgrade our town. I'd forgotten. There we go. We probably need another recruitment station further up north rather than just Myli, so we could invest in Ulaanbaatar. Did we have the building here? Yeah, we're gonna keep this one for recruitment. Or Ulaanbaatar. No, we're gonna take Ulaanbaatar for recruitment. We're gonna rebuild there and destroy this one. So let's start with a boyar. Okay, we're gonna hit enter. Alright, let's see. Lands pillaged. There we go. Alright. A man has to do what a man has to do. Well, it's not the best army we got here, not by a long shot, but with the help of these guys. On flank. We're gonna send out a couple of these guys on ambush. So we will take care of them. How's Nunwo doing? My little friend. Her nut is not really growing or changing. This is just what it is. And I'm gonna hit on turn. So guys, Hun has looted my farms. So we need to do something about that. Now, Hun is pretty tough. I mean, as far as I can measure, as far as I can, as far as I can tell, Hun has the strongest army next to myself. So they are the biggest military threat. They're pretty far away, but The fact that they have these full stacks running about close to me means that they're trying to increase their power projection. Additionally, they must have good relationships with Ba. Otherwise, they would not. I mean, they're trading with each other. They got roads next to each other. So that is something to look out for as well. Me and Ba had a joint interest in taking down the Mongols. And they also worked with Chu on that. But if Ba decides to help out Han, we could have a full-on war between Chu and Wu on one end, so me and Femabel, and CTSS and Cannon on the other. And this could be such a big war that even someone like Dr. Bigman or Shang could also join in. And suddenly we would be at war on all sides. Having said that, I think we could hold our ground, but actually taking them on might be more difficult. But we do need to get rid of those armies of Han so close to our borders. They have no reason of being there. If they want to fight with Chu, that's fine, they should. But passing through my land and burning my farms is not a good way to start that. So we are going to engage them, and we got the battle right here. This is me fighting Han, and they split up their army. They sent most of it to the archer army, which are gonna harass the enemy. So there are archer skirmishes here and there, while the other part of the force is coming in here. These guys are trying to flank the enemies. So we'll see if we can take out the Han force. And we seem to be relatively well, though one force of spearmen here are chasing off our archers, but they're running back, turning around, and trying to fire. One of the armies of Han is falling, and the other one is following. There's still a couple of guys who are holding on, but overall we are at a decisive advantage, having them surrounded. That is what you get when you start looting our farms. Your army will get, well, not crushed yet, but decimated at the very least. So let's see how long this battle lasts. So they are being pushed out. We took some damage, we took some losses, but they did much more so. We really weakened their army. We got an offer here for a defensive alliance by Ba, and let's take it. Construction stalled at Ulaanbaatar. That's no good. Let's start it again. And let's have a look at that battle, at what happened there. Where's the battle report? There we have it. So we got a fight. It was a clear victory on our end, and they suffered 152 losses. And we suffered a lot as well. They got some nobles and some spearmen, and they were doing pretty well for themselves, despite our numerical advantage. So we probably could have done better if I'd made some more detailed plans. However, we took out all their archers, I think. So, did they even have archers? Han, no, they didn't. But we took out a couple of their complete forces because they got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have 1 now. So they lost 1 long spearman and 1 army of nobles. So they are weakened. They have another force here, full of archers, which I don't trust one bit. I'm going to increase my garrison size. And these guys are going to continue north. Well, here we are in a continued standoff with them. We're going to create some space for their troops to move through. So we are going to threaten them a little bit, telling them not to loot us anymore, but also offering a peace, a little peace offer, saying I'm going to move my troops out of the way so you can pass on your end there. Just, you know, don't cross me again. And I think that was effective, but time will tell. Um, we're gonna go into our last turn. So let's see. Your army, one army of Han in Ulaanbaatar seems to be a suicide mission. Yes, and of course, I think, Thomas, they could take the losses. And yes, there are a bit too many archers in my armies. The army was not meant to fight there and then. It was to continue north to help the other army fighting. So it wasn't a fighting army. It's just that at that point I still have only one place to recruit archers, so I want to make sure that there are enough near the front lines. But I wasn't prepared for a battle, which is why I took excessive losses. Regardless, I can take them. I'm building an archery range at Ulaanbaatar right now, so that will, reduce the need for these things. So I think that is worthwhile. Let's have a look here. So we got another army here full of archers. These guys are weak. If they merge, they have a semi-potent army, so they could merge and go onto Ardenet. Would I find that would that be an issue for me? Not particularly, but regardless, I will reposition my force to deal with them. And Chu found another city over here. That's nice. I don't mind that. Did these guys say anything? No, CTSS just stopped talking, which is never a good sign. Alright. Let's hit end turn then for the last time. People are waiting for me. So the army is moving south. That's interesting. So they're not gonna threaten Erdenet together. I moved out of the way here, but they're not moving past. So that's interesting. That means for me that I have to cross the river at a different point, but I can see their armies here and here already. That's quite interesting. They seem to be strong enough and perhaps too far away to take, but that's something for next time. The White Dai and the Chu have made peace, which is nice. I don't think that matters a lot. We're gonna leave it at this. Alright, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you have any further questions, let us know. We will be back next week. Well, I won't be, but Saskia here at Moon Sugar will continue the game. And thanks for all your questions, for your feedback. It was great fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, thank you all the guys who are playing with me again for, showing up every week. You guys are a great help. Really enjoying it. And we will see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.